So I logged into Plickers and if I'm given the option to use a Google sign in, I always use my Academy Google to get registered for sites if they allow it. So I created a survey to use, and it's the Lunch and Share demo. And if I click this, it'll show it to me. I can edit it if I want to, or I can start to play. And as the teacher, when I click play now, it'll actually use also I'll use my cell phone to actually gather the information from the students that I have in my class. So I'm going to click play now and select my class. And this is my first question. So now I'm going to pause and somehow try to figure out how I can get this to display what's on my cell phone. So here's what it looks like on my cell phone. And when you notice the little button, that's what you press to then look at the Plickers code paper that students have. So hold on and let me get set up to do that. I really need 4 hands. Could somebody help me out? Okay, hold on. Okay, so as a teacher, I'm going to click the button. There we go. It's now recording. So if I hold this up, if I hold it correctly, the student is holding up their sign. And once the camera picks up what the student is holding up as to their answer, and this is terrible because we can't really see it, it'll actually pop up with the student's name. Once I get it sent, there it was. I think I saw a student name in there quickly. And then let's say this is another student. This is a lot harder than it looks, so y'all can just quit laughing, okay? So anyway, you just go through and you're taking a picture, and then what happens is once you get all of your student data in, it'll actually show the results. And if I was going to do a second student, I'd click the button, it would go back, we would do this student. When I'm done with it, then if I had captured that student, I would then click this button and it would go back and record that second student. And you can't see it right now on the video screen, but it actually does give me the student name. So I went through and I did the rest of the students in the class, and now you can see that 2 of the students chose red, 1 green, 2 Christmas, and no one, of course, said none of these. So when I go back to my computer, I can actually see the graph here as to the number of people that selected which answer. And when I close this, I can go back and look at the reports or the score sheet in terms of how students did overall. So here's the survey and I did set this as a survey instead of a quiz. It doesn't really matter. This was just me not being able to hit the codes correctly with my phone while I was on the video screen, but I did I just laid the codes down on a desktop and did the second question. It seems like a lot of work because I'm having to jump back and forth a lot, but it's actually quite simple. The good news is that it's simple. It doesn't require that the students have technology. You just print out the A, B, C, D options and you put in your student names in your class list and give each student a card. The con is it's either true false, which is A or B, or A, B, C, D. In terms of the cards have 4 squares or 4 sides, and that you can only select one correct answer. Especially on the I love red, green, Christmas, neither. I should have the ability to say either red, green, or Christmas would be an acceptable answer. The only wrong answer would be that they don't love chili. Boo hiss. So, okay, that's it. That's Plickers. So I'm actually showing an example of a Plickers code. At each corner, you'll notice the student number. In this case, it's 1. And at the top is A, right side is B, lower side is C, and left side is D. So the student turns it in order to display the answer that they are giving.